Yeah.
Ooh.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, and good evening, Ben. How are you on this wintry afternoon?
Wintry,
rainy,
cold, wet, everything. Yeah, we survived the storm. We're not dead. Yeah.
Yeah, the storm, as it was.
Storm Babette. Yeah.
We're up to bees again. They never. Yeah, it's going to go up a lot more, isn't it? So let's have a drink. So I got a.
Usual, yeah. Well,
German
it's a bit late for this, but it's a monster, so it's the.
Oh, it's too late for that on a Saturday night. I'm going to be in bed by 9.
It's the closest to a monster I can get, so literally a monster.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
All right. What are we chatting about? Because I've got nothing to show off.
No, me neither. No.
Amateur hour today.
Hammer House of Horror. My goodness, this is something that I hadn't heard of before until you mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen them when they were out, or some of them.
Okay.
It was probably like 9 p.m. on a Friday night jobs.
Yeah, just looking at it, and I was desperately trying to think, have I heard of this? Has anyone seen it? And I just never saw it. No, never saw it, never heard of it. Nobody ever talked about it until last month. That's the first time I heard it. So, yeah.
Well, yes, it was, I guess, probably only on TV. I don't know if maybe a couple of times in the 80s. I don't know if it
must have been rerun at least a few times. They wouldn't have just shown it once and left it at that. Definitely not.
No. But it would have, it's 13 episodes and 50-something minutes each. And yeah, all-star cast of people.
Some big hitters here, some before they were famous, some well established, and you see some actors in here. Like, I know you from something, and then you look at IMDb, and it's like EastEnders, The Bill. They've done every British show. It's something that they did first before all of the run-of-the-mill British shows that we have over here. Yeah,
there's a lot of British people in this, though. Yeah, like you said, you'll know them when you see them from hundreds of things, but
only by
you couldn't
face.
put a name to it. But yeah, so because it came out on DVD. What was it? Early 2000s.
It looks like there is a DVD available, but only through sellers on Amazon. I don't think there's been a reissue for a long time. It looks like there were some VHS releases, but the only way to see this was on ITVX. That was the only way to sort of get it straight away and try and catch up as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's only a couple of episodes on YouTube.
Oh, really? Someone there? I mean, I didn't really think to check.
There's one or two when I looked.
Yeah.
There's barely any information.
Yeah, I checked BritBox first to see if they were on there, and then it's like, well, I've got to pay for that. And I thought, well, let's just see if ITVX have got it. And lo and behold, all there. So sorted. Yeah, you could all watch them for free. Yeah.
No adverts.
A few adverts, but the good thing with ITVX is like you get them before the episode starts, and now and again you might get one in the middle. But I mean, it's not very, it's not very noticeable. And again, it keeps the streaming service free, so that's a big bonus.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean, you can pay premium, so you don't get the adverts. But if it keeps it free, then I don't mind a few ads. So yeah.
Yeah, I get the same. I can get access to Tubi now with a VPN, so
yeah,
it's that's good. But it does have adverts, but
yeah,
nothing major. So yeah, there's not much big names at all in this behind the camera. It was
not really. No, I was looking at some of the familiar names to see if there are any directors or writers, but not really. It's mainly the cast themselves that are sort of the big names. But we'll go through them once we go through every episode at a time.
Yeah,
who's who in which one.
Yeah. Well, yes, if you can name them. So, we'll start off with the first episode, which came out. Yes, Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday night. So it tells me my facts and fixes. Hello, good evening, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
You ever seen this Hammer House of Horrors? Not that you can tell it from my picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, Saturday, September 13th. Ooh,
yeah.
1980.
Wow, yeah. Yeah. I wasn't even conceived by that point, so yeah.
I was 7. So yeah, a ghost of a witch returns to her place of residence before she died, a rural farm, and possesses one of the current occupants. That is about it.
Yeah, it didn't seem that this show is going for the scares. It's more for the shock value of a lot of these episodes. There's a lot of imagery that really makes you go, "Oh my god!" It's like it's not really sort of doesn't make you jump, make you go, "Oh, this is scary." It's just like, "Oh crap, this ain't good. This is not looking good for the people in this episode." A lot of nudity, a lot of blood, and
now what's surprising? I was surprised by the nudity.
Considering this was 1980, this was the whole Mary Whitehouse generation and points of view generation, and it was quite ballsy for ITV to put something else like this during this era. They were very restrictive on what could be shown on television, and surprised by the nudity and the blood.
Yes, but I guess was Hammer. Yeah, Hammer was in its dying phase around about now, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For a massive film company to go down to television levels to get all that stuff done. How dare they?
Yeah. And in terms of actors in this one, I didn't really recognise anybody except Leonard Pierce, who was Grandpa in Only Fools and Horses. That was the only guy.
I didn't recognise him. Because anyone I saw the cast list after, I thought, is he in it? I didn't recognise him.
No, because as I was watching it, I had the cast list up every episode, thinking, okay, who's in this one? I was like, okay, him, her. I got no idea who these. Yeah, but he was the only face. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the only name that jumped out because John Finch was the guy, and then because it's a pretty good witch story because
I'd say so. Yeah.
She turns up and he puts her in a room and then she disappears and the girlfriend turns up saying, "What are you doing? Where's this woman you're on about?" Yeah,
the police don't believe him, and things start catching fire. There's a storm outside, and it's got all the cliches in there, but. Like I said, a good production value and very well acted, and a pretty good one-off story. And that was the good thing about this. They're all one-off stories. It's kind of like similar with Twilight Zone and Creep Show and all these sort of short story anthologies. And this appears to be like just another version of that, but they're just making it with their own take. And it's from Britain, not America.
Yeah, I guess it's just I guess Twilight Zone is some horror as well, doesn't it? It's not sci-fi as such. It's more horror.
Bit of everything, yeah.
Yeah, but this is British and just horror. Should we do the national anthem now or at the end?
The what? Sorry, the
national anthem.
We'll do it at the
end. don't let me forget. But so the which episode? So hang on, September. So it was weekly. Saturday, September the 20th, 1980, the 13th reunion.
A real sort of classist war, and the upper class, a bunch of cannibals, apparently.
This one I didn't get. So Ruth, a reporter for a women's section of a newspaper, participates in a weight loss course that has a hidden secret behind it.
Secret societies, fat shaming in this as well, and
so they got the old school military PE instructor.
Yes, the stuff of nightmares of strict PE teachers. This is him.
Get ready, you fat bastard! Right. Flashbacks for school there, but I didn't really get what was going on. Why would they had this weightless court in a mansion, but only some people were picked to be fattened up and treated well? And
it wasn't really clear what the full agenda was, but by the end of it, it's just the fact that they just want to eat those that are larger and more scrumptious. I guess that's probably what it all means.
But you find out that what is it? A plane crashed, was it? And then they had to survive.
Yes, yeah.
And then they got they got rescued, and then they've kept up because they're rich. They eat the poor people.
So it was a little uneven. Not really that big on the scares or the shock on this one. It was kind of like just the fact that these people like to eat people. Yeah, that's pretty much the scariest.
That was
thing.
it. Yeah. Well, because it's very convoluted. First of all, they have this weight loss scheme. Then they get the people in. Then they choose a couple of people to fatten up, and then they choose. I can't remember. Did they kill them in the car crash? And then the coroner has to bury a fake body, and then
that's it. Yeah,
they keep the real body, and it's a lot of people involved. So there you go.
But again, no real sort of familiar faces in this one. I didn't really recognise anybody. I mean, there was
No, I think Warren Clark is in it.
From Clockwork Orange.
Yes, and the Zealand Pascoe, isn't it? The detective show.
Zealand Pascoe. I think he was in Top Secret. He was one of the Nazis in that. And
oh yes,
yes, and, yeah. And what was the other thing he was in? He was in he might have been Hello, was it? Or he's in Blackadder as well, wasn't he?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only one I did recognise is the PE instructor. I think he's in Game of Thrones and stuff now, isn't he?
Okay, I didn't recognise him yet.
I think it's big guy with a moustache. But yeah, that was. The 13th reunion. Now I get the title.
Yeah. And also by this stage, I wasn't sure where this was going to go because 2 episodes in and see which is okay. This one's a bit sort of so. I was sort of struggling to keep going, but I was like, no, just stick with it, and it might get better. And happily, the next one was a lot better. Yeah, Rude Awakening.
Right, Rude Awakening, Saturday, September 20th, 1980. Oh yes, this one. A real estate broker finds himself having dreams that seem to be so incredibly real. They are so real, in fact, that he begins to wonder which is a dream and which is reality. So so the great Denham Elliott's in this one.
Yes, he saved this big time. Yeah, great performance. Yeah, I was glad to see him in a major role, and he really nailed it with the different dreams and the different scenarios he was going through. And you're not too sure where it's going to go. Like it starts off with this one dream, and then it repeats, and then it repeats again, then it repeats again, and very odd, but at the same time, quite compelling. And he nailed it. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think it would have been any good. Yeah.
Yeah, and his lovely secretary dressing up in all sorts of different costumes every time.
Yes,
so that was real.
I like that because clearly he shows that he's got some sort of fetish with this secretary, and she's looking different every time. And then by the end, you see how she actually generally looks, and it's something that he's not into. And I did recognize the actress that played her. It was Lisa Guteridge. She was in Top Secret.
Ah, yes. Oh, she's the
Hillary.
Top Secret. Yes.
Yeah.
Adios.
Yeah, because I saw that. Hang on, that's what's her face from.
I couldn't place her. Yeah, she looked different every time.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And of course, Top Secret would have been, I think, a few years after this.
Yeah, 84,
84,
3.
And it was filmed at Pinewood, so it makes sense, to have a British actor like that. So and so some real good imagery in that one, and helped along by Denham doing a very good job. Yeah,
yeah, you didn't know where he was or what he was doing.
No,
I did like. There's a bit on the stairwell that's being destroyed in the building, and they just show the same clip of him running down to make it look like he's running down 10 floors, but everything hits at exactly the same time.
They did the best with what they could. Like, yes, the building's crumbling, but they had to sort of, do the camera tricks and the shaky cam and all that and the close-ups. And it's they did the best with what they had. Yeah, I can let it pass. It's 1980.
Yeah, it's they spent the money elsewhere.
Oh yes, yeah.
But that one was enjoyable because I can't remember what happened now. Because he does.
He ends up killing his wife at the end.
Yeah, because he's kept telling her he's killing her, or she's going to be killed, or
and then it gets to the point where he's like, no, this is just another dream. I'm going to wake up. It's all going to be fine. It's like, no, you're not fine. The police take him away and take him to the nut house. So he's done for.
The nut house, is that the 80s reference? But where do we get to then? Episode 4, Growing Pains. Oh, this one, yeah. So this one starts off dark. October 4th, 1980, after the death of their son, William Morton. This one, went a bit weird. The diplomat, Laurie Morton, and her husband, the scientist, Terence Morton, adopt a boy, James. From the moment James moves into the Morton's house in the country, weird things happen with the family.
A lot of weird stuff here. And they weren't afraid to kill some animals on this one. It's like,
or the boy at the beginning. I was thinking. But
there's literally that. Yeah, and
bunnies.
Again, you're not too sure where it's going to go, and what is this boy hiding? Does he have any powers? Is he psychotic or whatever? It's like, the tension kept on building all the way through, and and you have to question the parents as well. Like they've got some sort of shady past, and all the stuff he's doing.
Yeah, he didn't. Animals. Yeah, it was just the son. The adopted boy, just a replacement for the mother. And then the dad doesn't seem to care because he's so engrossed in his science experiments.
That's correct, yeah. And there were a few I recognised in this one. Norman Beaton, he was in this, yeah. Desmond.
Oh yes, Desmond, yes.
Yeah, I saw him and I just laughed out loud. I was like, oh, it's Desmond.
Very young Desmond. Desmond was in the 80s.
It was, yeah. I think it was a few years later, yeah. And the other one was Barbara Kellerman. She played the White Witch in Lion, Witch and Wardrobe. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I remember her. Because I thought, hang on, I know that face. That's a creepy face. Yes, she played the witch in.
So yeah, because he's doing some sort of weird science experiments. He's trying to get growth hormones or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's making rabbits bigger. But unfortunately, his son got into the chemicals and got killed. And then, because he's got two investors that turned up halfway through. Was it? It was Norman Beaton and Tarek Yunus. But so you got an Indian guy and a Jamaican guy as his business.
Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Dan and Horror is here. Good evening. He loves this series. Good. Found someone that loves it. Yes. Not many people knew about it. I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't know about it until last month when we were thinking about this month, and then it's a nice discovery. I'm glad I've discovered it now, and glad I've seen it.
Yeah, if you like the anthology stories of old Britain. Good evening, Vinny. He remembers this TV show back in the day, aired on a Saturday night. See, I thought it was Fridays, but Saturday makes sense.
Yeah,
I didn't see it then. I was only 10 years old.
Ooh,
this is it. I remember the show. I remember, but I don't remember an episode.
Okay,
so I don't know.
Is it the intro you remember, or the end credits, like the theme? Maybe that.
Yeah. I didn't hear the theme either.
Yeah,
but it is a haunting theme. It's only about because it starts off and it's only about 20 seconds or something, isn't it? Actual music.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is very sets up the mood straight away.
Oh yes, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Where are we?
Number 5. Yeah.
Number 5. The House That Bled to Death.
Oh yes.
They got some great titles.
They do indeed, and at one point I was thinking, "There's no way like you're going to see some sort of big red visual," and then lo and behold, you do during the kids' party. I was like, "Oh my god, they actually did it!" Yeah.
Spoilers, but yeah, this one was a good one. A family move into a house that was a scene of macabre murders years ago, but soon after moving in, a list of strange events begin.
Yes.
But
yeah.
I do like one of the reasons I like these old shows is because it's a snapshot of the time period. So you got how they move into this lovely house, and then it's just a very basic place.
Yeah, I did look at that, and it was fascinating to see, telephones and television and windows and cars, and the way we talk as well. I mean, like some of the accents were so rich. Like, no one says frightfully anymore. Frightfully.
Just we're gonna bring that back.
Yeah. Or I'm terribly sorry. We don't say. Yeah, just make them go much more English than we ever do now. But yeah, it's great how the accent evolves over these years, because it's been 40 plus years, and that's how we talk.
Yeah, blood. But I will spoil this one because this one was a good one.
Yeah, again, I was surprised at how far they went, and just so many visuals with the kids. I wasn't expecting, the whole birthday party to be crashed by blood coming out of the water pipes. I mean, oh my god, it was like,
yeah, you hear it. You think it's going to piss water or something all over everyone, but no, this is red. But yeah, well, that's the beginning, because it's an old man kills his wife, isn't it?
That's
his nagging wife.
Yeah.
Then the other couple the family move in, of course, and
that's it, to
the house that they can't believe they got so cheap.
Wonder why.
And then weird things are happening. I can't remember, because so many things happen, because it's sort of a twist on the what's it called? The end. What's the Conjuring 2 story?
Oh, I haven't seen The Conjuring.
The end. No.
I haven't seen The Conjuring.
Yeah, exactly. Classic show. What about me?
Nos loves me more, I think.
Okay. Hello, Nos.
Yeah.
Speaking of terribly sorry. Oh,
yeah.
Hello, Don.
Yeah.
Has the Don seen this? Enfield, that's it. Thank you, Nos. That's why I have people back us up. But yeah, it was very reminiscent of that, because I guess that was big at the time. Or was this? Oh, no, it was the 70s that happened, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
Where
yeah, there was a few faces I recognised in this. There was Milton Johns, who was in Empire Strikes Back. He was the Empire officer. Yes. And I forget the actor's name. He was in Bottom as Harry the Bastard. He was in there as well. He was the neighbour, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he witnesses. Yeah, I just saw him. Oh, that's Harry the Bastard from Bottom. Yeah. Give me £1.50 for it. Him, yeah. And I think he was in EastEnders as well. And I think I saw him in Dempsey and Makepeace. He was always in one of those. He was in everything.
Everything. Jobbing actors.
Yes.
But yeah, for some reason, yeah, they keep blaming the neighbours for everything going wrong because the neighbour turn up, something happens. Because they're the ones that know the secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids get covered in blood. Yeah, that was quite shocking.
So yeah, I don't know what Mary Whitehouse thought of this episode. Yeah.
Well, yeah, kids. They're doing pass the parcel first, and one of them gets a knife or something, isn't it? In a present, a giant curved, one of those assassin knives, isn't it? That was used in the murder.
That's it
at the beginning of the episode. But spoilers, it was all a hoax. The dad set it up without telling anyone.
Yeah.
I can't remember, what did he cash in on though? Because
what was it?
Exactly. Nos, what was it? Because I couldn't work out. He said they fled the house in horror and all this, Amityville style, and then suddenly they're living, where is it? California it's supposed to be.
Oh yes, back in America, yeah, and then all of a sudden, yeah. The entity has somehow travelled with them, or
the real entity this time now, though.
Yeah,
there is always a twist to these things, usually, isn't there?
And I don't think they went to America to film that scene. I'm pretty sure they found a nice hot day and a house with a pool, and that will do it. Yeah,
it pretty much was, wasn't it? Someone, the producer's house because it had a pool. But yeah, that was a good episode though. Even if I could watch it again, even with the twist, just to see things now.
Yeah, and yeah, great shock value. Yeah.
Right, well, episode 6, Charlie Boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. How did you both consume the show? I have he's got the network Blu-ray. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Well, hold on to that, Nos, because I don't think that's going to get reissued now that network is no longer here. So
yes, they've gone. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hopefully that Blu-ray looks really good. I'm sure it's been remastered on there. And is there any bonus features on that, Nos? Tell us if there's anything on.
There's nothing anywhere else. There's not. One of the trivia on with IMDb was it Terrence? Someone was supposed to direct an episode, but he was too ill, or he was working on something else at the time.
That's the only trivia there. There's nothing else.
There's nothing on. Even Wikipedia just lists the episodes and who's in them, and then a full synopsis of the episode.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, Charlie Boy. Yeah.
October 18th. So they chose the right month to release all these.
Oh, definitely. Best time of year to show it. Yeah, all the way through. Yeah, autumn and winter.
Yeah. See, this is where I always remember the title screen, but what I associate with it is what I thought was a story was involved snow and a road and crows. Mm-hmm. But that I think was Omen 2. Must have been on one of the nights when one of these was on.
Okay.
So I watched either the end of one of these first or something, and then Omen 2 because that's what's in my mind more. But it was ITVX. They're all on, aren't they? So
they are.
There's a couple on YouTube. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're out of luck. So a carved African fetish doll with voodoo powers. There are always voodoo powers in the 80s. Has a dangerous mind of its own. Who was in this one?
I recognised Angela Bruce. She's been in pretty much every British show. She was in.
I recognise the name.
Yeah. And she's played many parts in many British shows and soaps and everything. She's done everything. Yeah. Very dependable. I think she was the only face I recognised. Yeah.
But so the story goes, this guy. It doesn't say how he ended up with it. The woman buys it in the antique shop sort of thing at the beginning, and then
been sold off. Yeah.
And then the guy he's a movie producer.
That's it. Yeah.
He's trying to get money for his next project, and the other guy says, "I'll match your money if you raise it," and he does raise it. And then the guy says, "Oh, I lied." So then he's playing with this doll. Oh no, the first guy's the Scarface man that they in the car that they nearly hit and
that's
had a little bit of road rage with. And then he gets done in his own club because I'm not 100% sure how it works, because you play with the knives. This doll has got all sorts of knives stuck in it, and then you pull one out and then stick it somewhere else, and then the person gets stabbed. That you're thinking about.
Yeah, it's not really shown as to how you sort of start the chain reaction of this thing reacting to what other people are doing. It's like, do you need to sort of hold it, or do you need to sort of do something to it, or it's sort of all of the circumstances just happen, when. Yeah, it's not really so like, because normally with a voodoo doll you have to stab it, you have to sort of hold it over something, or you have to play with it or something. But over here it's kind of sitting there most of the time, and everything just happens.
As the kills go on, he sort of more interacts with it
a little bit more. Yeah.
So it's like it's controlling him, telling him what to do and how to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it. And then accidents happen. Oh, because some quite nasty accidents in this one, because the guy falls off a horse onto the plow, the sharp ends of the plow. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's a car crash later on. She goes, she's through the window lying on the bonnet as she drives past.
And that was the other thing I did like about it. There was no happy endings here. It was like, everything was.
No, you think there is?
You think that maybe once they might go
Someone might get
brilliant, but no, but pretty much every episode ends on a really low and sad and notes. And
watch some comedies after these if you do watch them, because
oh yeah, definitely yeah. But again, very, very well acted and all well put together, and just another good one-off story, and that's what this show was.
I know there's no major budgets or anything. It's just local roads, local houses around the area where the production offices were. And
do you know what? When I was watching it, I was trying to like freeze frame it and look at the signs and see like where was this film? The looks of it, a lot of it must have been filmed around Buckinghamshire, around
that's where I got
Amersham and Aylesbury. I saw some signs for Aylesbury and Amersham, and that sort of Northamptonshire. That sort of you sort of go to sort of North London, then you sort of head out into the Chiltern area, which is like an area of outstanding natural beauty, and there's a lot of open countryside out there. So a lot of it must have been done there, and
that's where I thought.
And that would make sense, because that's probably the closest it can still be to London as well, if they want to like do stuff with editing and filming and whatnot. So I would guess, around sort of that Northamptonshire way between sort of Milton Keynes and London, it must have been that.
That's definitely what I thought. Yeah, I did try and look at some signs, but that's the feel I got. All right, hang on. Here's the features. You just have a look at those. I'll be back.
Okay, so Guardian of the Abyss, widescreen version, commercial break, strings, rude awakening, montage, raw takes, image gallery, and PDF material. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's nice that that set probably does have something, but again, it's just a shame there's no interviews with any of the cast, or because I went through all the actors to see if there's any footage of them talking about their experiences on this show, and nothing, absolutely nothing. But yeah, I'm really glad I've seen it now, because as I said, this is something that I would never heard of this time last month. I was just like, what is Hammer House of Horror? And instantly looked for the DVD. Couldn't find the DVD anywhere. I think before Network NOS, I think there was another DVD release, but again, that seems to be out of print as well. And so it appears it's got a few there. Yeah, so like a few sort of montage retakes and an image gallery. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no commentaries, no interviews, nothing.
No, nothing from the looks of it. Yeah.
Well, the episodes look. Oh yeah, I bet.
I bet ones. Yeah. Network were good at restoring and putting stuff on Blu-ray and making it look as good as it could do. So yeah. Hold on to that, cherish it. Yeah.
no, give it to me for 50p. All self-contained shorts that scared me as a kid, and I found them as more comfort viewing. I can see that.
Yep.
They are very nice. Right, where are we? Oh, the side of screen message on last mentioned. Episode 7, October 25th. Oh, of course, it's 1980. This one starred Hammer's most prolific actor, Peter Cushing, as a pet store owner doing scientific experiments on the ex-con and his wife, who happened to be Brian Cox.
Yep.
Not the scientist. The Hannibal Lecter. I was really surprised when I saw him. I've never seen him so young with so much hair.
Yeah, this would have been before Manhunter and yeah.
Mr. Dan and Horace. Having the same thought.
Yeah, I think this is probably the earliest thing I've seen him in. Yeah.
Oh, I do remember Morse episode he's in, but I think that's after Manhunter, so he was a bit older in that one.
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, Peter Cushing, Brian Cox, and that's the only ones I recognised.
Yeah. Elaine Donnelly, I think she's pretty much done every British show. I've seen her in something. Yeah, but face look familiar. And again, another sort of powerful ending. You go, oh my god! It's like, no one wins this one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is we'll spoil this one again because it starts off with Peter Cushing's got a pet shop as you do, and then downstairs he's got tigers, lions, panthers.
But there was a panther. I don't think there was a tiger or a lion. I think the biggest animal down there was a panther.
I thought a lion got fried at the beginning, but
might have been stock footage. I don't know.
Probably was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he had wild animals he shouldn't have had. Somehow.
Oh, no. And yeah, I had to keep on not laughing at it because every time I saw Peter Cushing, all that kept on coming to mind was the bookstore in Top Secret where he's got the magnifying glass. Stop!
It was around the same time, wasn't it? That look of it.
Yeah, it was like just a few years later. That's all that kept. It's like, no, stop that. Focus on this. Stop laughing at it.
It's not. He's wearing his pink, comfy slippers that he'd had on the Death Star when he wasn't in shot.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Noss says, agreed. The ITV release and the TVs were easy to find until network went on. Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe look out for those.
Yeah, I'll have a quick look. But I mean, if they're going to look at the TV shows, I'm sure it's best to just keep it to streaming. Yeah. And they're on BritBox as well from the looks of it. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did Peter Cushing know Brian Cox? He said there was something like they met in prison. Was Peter Cushing in prison? Or was he just a visitor or something? Because they seem to have a relationship in prison.
Yeah, before this episode, you get the sense there was some sort of history between them, or they sort of knew each other, or maybe worked together, or acquaintances in a form of work or something. And not really firmly established as to what their connection was before this, but yeah.
But yeah, he's doing these weird experiments, isn't he? So animals learn not to leave their surroundings.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work, does it? Because you can train them not to go past the electric shock bit, but then every time someone new turns up, you'd have to teach them that as well.
And it gets to the point where he gives them the chance to escape, and they deliberate about it. And by the time they've decided, shall we go? He's hit the force field electric thing, and they can't go out. But unfortunately, the poor puppy has gone out, and yes.
Don't mention the puppy.
I was like, oh my god, they killed the puppy. I was like, oh my god, how dare they? But again, more shock value, and again, it
was, kids dying. We've had kids covered in blood. We've had bunnies dead, and now we've got the puppies dead. They were. That's the 80s for you.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I think the shock value.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's supposed to be. Peter Cushing mentioned he was a prisoner of war in the German camps.
Yeah.
And then we find out later, no, he wasn't. He was actually one of the guards or head people trying to keep people in control. And
that's it.
He's kind of come up with the perfect prison where no one wants to escape.
Yeah.
But
and then
I don't know.
By the end, it's like, think, hang on, there's one more twist coming up. I'm sure there's one more twist. It can't be this. Where is it? And then it comes and I'm like, oh god. Yeah.
He goes full jigsaw. So
yes.
They escape his pet shop traps. He falls in his pet shop trap and gets trapped. And then they go home all happy. And then I turned it off.
So did the creators of Saw see this? Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know, what's he done? He's ever electrified the house completely. Every door, every window.
Yeah, everything. I mean, you sure they couldn't have escaped, even the loft,
But, they can't get out of the kitchen.
Mm.
But I guess if he was, he's going to die in his hole. They're going to die in their hole because neither can help each other. No one knows they exist.
Yeah.
In the situation.
But yeah. But yeah, another satisfying ending and another sort of wow. That was just very well all round, and really liked it.
Yeah, I don't think any of these were predictable.
Not really, no. I mean, you could maybe sense, okay, this one might go this way, and they might do the switcheroo and go this way. But every time, by the end of each one, I was kind of like, okay, at least each one surprised me at least. Yeah.
Yeah, because even the witch one, I guess, is that a happy ending? I can't remember now, because the witch gets burnt.
Yes.
And the couple survive, I believe.
Need to watch it again.
I'll watch it again. And then, here we go. Children of the Full Moon. November 1st, 1980. A married couple lost in the woods stumbled across a creepy mansion. Hang on, here we go. And its inhabitants. An overly kind old woman and deadly wolf children that scour the countryside looking for victims. Well, there's the spoilers in the summary straight away, isn't there?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
So this has Christopher Casanova in it.
Yes.
It was everywhere in the 80s. And in Three Men and My Little Lady.
That's it, yeah. I did recognise Diana Dawes, who played...
Diana Dawes in an old lady wig.
Yeah, because I remember her in that famous Two Ronnie sketch, The Worm That Turned. Yes, she was like the head of the women in charge of the world. Yeah, I saw her. I thought, that's her. I knew exactly. Who it was. I remember
The Worm That Turned. Yes.
Yeah, and because I just remember her in that blue uniform with the top hat, and she was like, the head of the world that was now run by women, and it's like I recognise that instantly. Yeah.
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 But yeah, she was everywhere in the 70s.
Yeah, and it does appear that a lot of kids that were in this, it looks like none of them went on to anything else.
No, I noticed that.
Yeah. I was hoping to see maybe a young actor who then went on to other things, but clearly from the look of it, most of them only did this and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? A lot of the other people in this. But, I see. Mr. Dan and horror. The writing was pretty good for sure, yeah. Because...
Yeah.
I don't know if, even if you had all these scripts straight off, would they make them exactly the same now?
I suppose back then there's more limitations to technology because, mobile phones, they're a big thing.
Yeah, that always spoils it.
Communication, I think, was much more primitive back then. So a lot of these stories could work in 1980, but I think a lot of them probably won't work now with the advancement of technology. It's just we can get out of the jam quickly these days. But
you can track someone, you can phone someone, you can message someone, you can find someone. They can help. But this you don't get a good look at the Wolfman, but
not really. No. See bits of it, but again, it's not really you don't really get a full face shot of him. It's
he's one of the flat-nosed ones.
Yes,
he doesn't have a beak, or a snout. But I'm trying to remember. Because Christopher Casanova, they go to the house because they break down. They go as usual. They get to stay the night because there's no phone or nobody's coming until the next day. Typical AA.
Yes.
And then so they fight. The children are creepy before they even start.
Oh,
disappearing and teleporting around the house and whispering in corners. Then they hear the wolf and everything. So then they get locked in their room, don't they? And then Christopher Casanova thinks, I know, I'll climb across outside, and that's
big
works
mistake.
out so well. Yeah. He drops a few stories.
That's it, yeah.
But this is where I don't get, because, she gets attacked by the Wolfman. Attacked.
Yes.
And leaves her alive, and he's left alive. So then the next minute, I can't remember, he wakes up in the hospital, doesn't he?
Yes.
And then, because they don't know how he got there or anything like that. But then, suddenly she's pregnant.
All wolf children, and the legacy will continue on. Yes.
And she has to go back to the house to be with them.
Yeah.
For the pregnancy. Born in the 70s gaming. Good evening. I managed to get the Blu-ray 3-disc set of Hammer House from Network just before they went down. Nice. Also got the Quartermass TV show from the 80s. Silent Scream. Yeah, there it is. That's the one. Peter Cushing one.
Yeah.
He was a nasty bass in that. It's best. Because I'm trying to think. Yeah, because was it Biggles the last big thing he did? Mid-80s?
No idea. I'm not sure what his last role was.
No, I remember him. He looked very frail.
Mm-hmm.
I loved for a revamp of the show. You can easily maneuver around using mobiles, etc., and tiptoeing on PC crap. Yeah, that's where it would go wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose you could sort of rework a lot of them because I know a lot of Black Mirror episodes rely on technology for the shock value now. So maybe some of these could be reworked with the right writer with the right ideas. So who knows? I mean, yeah, I think there is potential to do some of these stories again with a more modern take. I mean, yeah, as long as it's done properly and a bit of thought process, it could be done. Yeah.
Yeah, there was probably at least 10 other scripts they didn't use, isn't there? So they could even do a second season.
Yeah,
but they never will. So yeah, Diana Dawes was good in that. So friendly.
Yeah.
The whole way through, she doesn't change her mannerisms at all, does she?
Not really. No, she's still exactly the same. Yes.
Yeah. Right, where are we? Oh, episode 9, Carpathian Eagle. No, I did like this one for one reason, but November 8th, 1980, murder victims are being found with their hearts cut out. A police detective is assigned to find and stop the killer.
Yes.
Now, this has Suzanne Danielle in it, who I was very fond of during the 80s.
I can see why, yes. Yeah.
So this was a very good episode.
It was actually. I was surprised. This could actually work as a feature film. This one, I think
it could have. Yeah, I'm surprised they could have put on longer, more investigations and more murders.
Yeah, and also we see a young Pierce Brosnan as well in this one.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan as last victim.
Yeah, that's what's credited. The last victim. Yes.
Spoilers.
Yeah, and I was just trying to work it out. Yeah, was this probably just before the Long Good Friday or just after?
I was just thinking that. Yeah, because he is doing his Irish accent in this.
He's full, yes. Yeah, you can see he hasn't evolved yet. He's still as natural as he ever was. But yeah, this must have been, obviously it was the same year. But yeah, no idea if it was just before or just after. But yeah.
But yeah, so it starts off, it's where the policeman's investigating this old lady from Russia and her nephew. So he turns out, there's lots of red herrings. Isn't there? The old lady, this is what she looked like younger. She happens to look like the killer, like we've seen her, and then is she just turning young after she kills? Like isn't that in one of the Amicus films or whatever?
No,
I can't. Where a story where an old lady. Oh no, it's vampires. In Smut Talk on Monday, one of the vampire films from the 70s, she kills other people and then gets her youth back. So she's playing two characters. Spoilers. But I thought that was going that way. Well, it sort of sets it up that way. Yeah. Then it sets up the nephew, who is a drag act. Could be him. Right now, it's the Suzanne Danielle in various states of undress.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, and I can't remember, how did it end? Because she does kill the policeman because he thinks he's all safe now.
Oh, I was just waiting for it. You're dead, mate. You're dead. I was waiting for it.
Didn't even get off before he got off.
No, he didn't know.
Let's have a look. You got Luke's film unboxings here. Classic Hammer films are awesome. Yes, because
definitely.
I'm trying to think. What were they doing? The Woman in Black, was that Hammer on the 80s?
No idea.
TV film. I think that was that Hammer? Yeah, because Hammer came back with Daniel Radcliffe in the remake, didn't they?
Yes, it was a remake of that. I remember having to read that book for GCSE, and I found it so boring and so depressing. But
yeah. Cushion's final effort was the documentary Flesh and Blood: The Hammer Heritage of Horror. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's a very good documentary if you can find that.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
I think that's on YouTube. I can't remember now. A week after its initial broadcast, he died on August 11th, 1994, at the age of 81. Oh. But how can you? I saw him in Rogue One. Some sort of trickery, witchcraft. Christopher Lee did awesome stuff with Hammer horror films, especially when he played Dracula Classic. Yeah, was it 7 times he played Dracula?
No idea, but I know it was a lot, and yeah.
And then some of them had Peter Cushing in, but yeah, he was always the best.
Yes.
Right, where are we? Episode 10. November 15th, 1980, Guardian of the Abyss.
Yes.
Hang on. A scrying glass, whatever that is. Puts an antique exporter in the path of a woman fleeing from devil worshippers and an evil hypnotist who leads them. Oh yes.
The evil glass, yeah.
Mirror. But yeah, this one was a good one. Because he could have sold it for a lot of money, but started off an auction, and then he gets greedy. I'm trying to think how many. Yeah, there's an evil sect that's after it for some. It never really explains what's going on, but
to raise the devil, raise the demon or whatever it is, yeah. And you do think, yeah, all you had to do was take the money, mate. You could have avoided all this, yes. He wants it so bad. You know what? Give me 500 quid for it. I'll see you later.
Exactly. Then you go. I can't remember who does get killed in that one, because there's him and the wife. They try to rob the place, don't they? And she gets hit on the head.
Yes.
But he does get sacrificed at the end, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Yeah, because you think the girl of Alison's trying to get away, but in turn she sold him out, and like it was her plan.
That's it. Yes. The escape lady is setting him up. Yeah. That was coming back. I watched it though. Yeah. That's the thing, guys. Peter is a screen legend and will never die. Same for they're on the films, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
And we got Christopher Lee's metal albums to celebrate him. Although I'm surprised no one's made a film of his life, Christopher Lee, because he's a Nazi hunter, spy in the war, and all this. Before he did films.
Yeah, he has a lot of history, even before he became an actor, and it'll be a very good story. Yeah, it's worth telling. Yeah.
Right, where are we? I still got to find out what a scrying glass is. Visitor from the Grave. This is where they start to get a bit weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. November 20th, 1980. A former mental health patient kills her would-be rapist. This beer might be stronger than I expected. His corpse returns from its secret grave. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Right. Because it's got Manimal himself in it, Simon McCorkindale.
Yes, it is him, yeah. Yeah.
So, this is another fake out one.
Yeah. Because, watching this one and, with the way it ends, I can see where Steve Pemberton and Reece Shearsmith get the inspiration for some of their Inside Number 9 episodes, because sometimes they do the script at the very end and, can see this has all been an elaborate scheme or scam to try and get something, but it turns out it didn't quite go how you wanted it to. You think you fooled this girl, but in turn, she's now going to haunt you forever. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were in for the long haul on this one, because Simon McCorkindale dating a woman from America who had she was in, I can't remember what she was in the mental home for.
Just let me check. Was there anything about it?
I don't know. And then she's doesn't even say where she got her money from, but so he sets up someone to attack her, and then they fake his death. Although it's quite extravagant because they bury him.
Yes, so there is a lot of coincidence that needs to happen for everything to work at every point. The fact that he had to get back in the
the policeman or a policeman, someone pretending to be a policeman, with a police car is in on it as well to make her go mad, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then, so he digs up the grave where he says he buried him, and then he's in there with maggots and stuff all over it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was eating dinner. I was like, oh gosh, no. I had to wait a while to finish it off. But yeah, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. We got the poor guy with maggots crawling. But how did he? I guess he must have got out for where this hole he'd already dug, and then got the guy to lie in it.
Yeah.
Covered him up enough that he could breathe, and then brought her to have a look at him. But yeah,
like I said, a lot of circumstance and a lot of events need to be absolutely perfect for this scam to work. It's like,
isn't the policeman? Isn't he the Indian psychic as well at the end?
I'm an actor, as he says at the end. Yeah.
Yes, I was very offended with that.
Yeah, because I see him come in, and I thought, oh, I wonder what Indian actor they've got here. Perhaps it might be the guy
from one earlier in other episodes.
Yeah, because I know there were probably a few Indian actors around this time who were Asian and well established, and it's like, hang on, you've put some white guy with a beard. I was like, this seems a bit off, and then all of a sudden, you're a policeman. So yeah,
yeah. Once
I'm back door, he said.
But yeah, he won't come over from India. And then she said, I'll give him 150 grand if he comes over. Oh, yeah. To help build something in India, wasn't it? Some hospital or something.
Yes. And yeah, it's not really explained why she has all this money just in the bank and she's prepared to just give it up like that. I mean, it's...
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess the spirit of the dead man is harassing her. But
yes, yeah.
So yeah, they have this seance. All goes well. She freaks out. She blows her own brains out because Corkeda's got shotguns lying around the place.
Of course, yeah.
See, I thought it was gonna because they had her pills and the shotgun shells in the safe next to each other.
That's it.
So
yeah.
then she takes it out. She's like examining them. I thought, is she gonna find out she was set up based on something to do with the shotgun pellets or something? But
That's
no,
it.
she just says, "Fuck it," and blows herself away. They get the cash that she was going to pay the Indian guy.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, woo, lightning and doors and wind. Her spirit comes in, sets fire to the money.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah. And haunts them forever then.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a good one. Right, last two already. Yeah, it's only 13 episodes.
Yes.
Now, this one I didn't get. Two Faces of Evil. November 29th, 1980. A family on holiday stopped to pick up a mysterious hitchhiker.
Yes.
And then crash because he attacks them. So they end up she's in hospital. Because her husband has a glass stuck in his neck.
That's it. Yeah, so he can't actually speak. He's his vocals are all messed up. Yeah, so he can't speak. Yeah.
But I can't remember seeing the hitchhiker at the beginning of the episode. Did we get a good look at him?
You don't see his face when they pick him up. You don't see his face at all. No.
Yeah, so he causes the crash.
Yeah.
And then he gets killed in the crash, allegedly.
Yeah.
But then she's living with her husband who's doing his best to recover. And then she's having all sorts of weird things happen. So she goes to see the body of the man. She thinks she's being haunted. She goes to see the body of the guy that died in the crash and says, "That's my husband." Because he looks exactly the same as the guy that's in the house. But then the only thing that sets them off differently is the teeth. Because she said, "My husband had perfect teeth. This guy doesn't."
So so it's kind of like the way to identify the entity. Like if they do the smart with the bad teeth, then because it then goes to the child, and then like he becomes the baddie for like a few seconds, and
I couldn't get any sense from that one because it ended with she was the ambulance driver as well as the person in the back of the ambulance.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone can explain that one, put it in the chat.
Bit strange, yeah. But here's what it was.
There you go. Not just me. Dan thought the ending was strange. I can see it can freak you out and all this. And oh my god, it's her. She's there as well. But how and why? Did she die in the crash? Did anything else happen? Because it was something to do with the hitchhiker had a weird long nail or something.
Yes, that's it. Because you see that, and that sort of screws up the neck, but yeah, it's
no answers on a postcard.
please, yeah.
Good evening, Danielle. Cushing was a classic debonair actor. Yes, he was.
Yeah, one of the best.
I think, because was it Star Wars? I'm trying to think what else he did in the 80s. This, Biggles,
Top Secret.
Top Secret, of course. Yeah, he was. You have to act backwards, and that is such a good pro. Oh, I fancy watching Top Secret now. Right,
me too.
What are we on? But it's October, damn it. So I don't. Who was in that? I didn't recognize anyone from that one.
No, that wasn't. I mean, again, going through IMDb and just no familiar faces. They've acted in plenty of things, but I didn't recognize them. No.
Most people in all of these don't have even a picture in IMDb.
Some of them, yeah. Nothing.
Right, where are we? The unlucky one. So this is another weird one. Episode 13, The Mark of Satan.
Yeah.
December 6, 1980. So, a man sees the number 9 everywhere and convinced the forces of evil are at work.
Yes.
Are they?
Well, yeah. This does play on that sort of weird paranoia, like a number is associated with so many things. I mean, it's similar to that film with Jim Carrey, like the number 23,
Yeah, that's what I got from this.
Bad, and And also, I think this is more inspiration from Stephen Reese, who do Inside Number 9. Like, is this where they got it from? Like, seeing number 9 everywhere. It's like,
of course.
More inspiration. Yeah.
Right there in front of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does a lot of maths jumping in this one to get to things.
Yeah.
Like he goes on about the police number being 999 and
yes. Turn upside down, it's 666, and trying to add this up. There's been so many hours this, and so many days doing this, and yeah.
He goes full Carol Vorderman in this one to get round things.
Yeah. But again, like the previous episode, I mean, I can see the intention, but it is a bit convoluted and it is a bit sort of tricky as to what is actually the problem or the thing we're supposed to be scared of or the thing we're supposed to be sort of following it. Is it in his mind? Is it real? It's, again, not really established. It's, a bit, I don't know.
Yeah, it's because he thinks it all starts when he gets nicked with the needle and he's stitching the guy up who died on the operating table, said, "Don't let them take my soul," or whatever he said.
Yeah.
But then...
And like one prick is supposed to sort of give this entity the chance to come into him and then spread to everyone else. Yeah. Yeah.
I can see where it was going, but whether it didn't have a conclusion, did it? I can't remember. He drilled into his own head, or did he get drilled into his head for lobotomy at the end? Or maybe...
It was the operating table, but it was apparently the entity is screaming as he's been drilled into the head. I mean, it's
I guess it's one of those up to interpretations.
Yes, left over into interpretation. Yeah.
The easiest way to describe it.
Yeah.
Because because what is he? He's an orderly, or is he? Because he's stitching people up in the morgue. 9 stitches. But then, all very confusing. So maybe that's why they never got a second season, because the last 3 were all weird.
I have to say, the final 3 were a bit. Excuse you.
Yeah, me. I should have muted.
Yeah, it does feel the final 3 were a bit sort of, I don't know, rushed is the right term, or convoluted, or...
Yeah, I don't know if they the last or best, they thought, but they were the weirdest.
Yeah. But I'm guessing there might have been other stories that they could have done if there was a second series. But again, there's no information as to why they didn't do any more. If it was just going to be a one-shot deal, I don't know. Yeah.
But yes, the series is a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, which is bloody high.
It is
4.7 out of 5 on Amazon. So a lot of people are loving these things. But they were good. But yeah, we only got 1 season. There is little trivia. Theme music composer was Roger Webb.
Yep.
I got Noss messaging me. Right.
Yeah.
In the end, while working on the operation theatre, Edwin injects his scalp with the local anaesthetic and drills a hole in his skull to liberate the virus. And the story ends with the surgeons operating on him just as they were operating on Dr. Holt in the beginning for subdural hemorrhage. As Edward says, leave my soul alone. As basic as it was, a basic was it, or was it not real story? There you go. That pretty much sums it up. Yeah. Better than I ever could. Thank you, Noss. Yeah. But who's in there? I don't remember. I recognize people, but I couldn't place them.
No, same here. Yeah, maybe one or two familiar faces, but no one of sort of massive status. Yeah, nothing. No.
But yeah, there is. No one had any input to give on anything about this film or TV series, which is very odd. Apart from Terrence Young would have directed an episode if he was able to. That was it.
Yeah, there's nothing about an actor. Originally, this so and so was going to be in it, but then they turned it down, and so got it, because that's not the normal trivia you normally get. I mean, we had this person in mind, but it didn't happen, or like this scene was supposed to happen, but we couldn't do it, or this one was going to be banned, or this one wasn't going to be shown, or nothing like that. But no, there's nothing.
13 weeks and done.
Pretty much done, yeah. I will give a lot of credit in terms of the locations. I mean, some of the houses they found looked absolutely perfect. You know, some of these stories, you know, these old houses in the middle of the countryside, you know, they didn't have to sort of do much interior work. I think a lot of it was on location from the looks of it.
Definitely, yes. There was, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know if it was a set as such, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think pretty much everything was done, on location inside actual buildings, not on sound stages or anything like that. It looks like it was all done.
Always. That's one of the things I like about the 70s and early 80s stuff. It was always real places.
It did help for the aesthetics. It did look good on that front.
Yeah. But no, there's nothing about nothing. But yeah, apart from it did inspire, like you said, inside number 9.
Again, watching stuff from this era, then you look at what you've watched recently, you think, that's where they got that idea from, or maybe they saw this, and that'd be a good idea. Because I know the League of Gentlemen like their horror, they like their real dark stories, and you can tell Stephen Rees have definitely done their homework when it comes to a show like this.
What's this? Some news. The Abacus campaign is smashed its final total, so we will get the anthology film In the Grip of Fear. That's good news. 170 grand they made. I think they were aiming for less than 100. 60,000. So yeah, 110 grand extra for that. So very good. Okay, see that soon or next year.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's another anthology that's going to be coming along.
Cool.
A British one. I'm trying to think of other ones.
7. I mean, you had the 2 Creepshow films, and now there is a Creepshow series on Shudder. They've now sort of taken that idea and made it into a series on Shudder. Yeah, and you can buy those on Blu-ray now. Yeah, that's another one I could think of. Yeah,
I saw the first season. I missed the second one.
Yeah,
I missed the third Creepshow film because it's supposed to be terrible.
Which one? Sorry, which film?
Third Creepshow film.
Oh, I haven't seen the third one. I've only got one or 2.
No one's wants that to say anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Lady Stella from the final episode is Georgina Hale, who we worked with Ken Russell a lot. Yeah, it's the only name not knows from the episode. But yeah.
Okay.
A lot of they weren't like the cardboard wooden actors, but they were all very good.
Yeah. I mean, it does make you think, could they do this now? Like, could they do any of these stories now? I mean, do you think ITV would give it another go, or probably not?
No. Although if they remade it with a cast of Love Island, maybe. That's the only way they'd do it.
Yeah, I think there probably is potential to maybe do something similar to this, but I don't think it's on ITV's radar to do it again. I don't think so. Oh, hello. Hello.
Why do you have the invisible pen?
So I can draw messages about you and light them in the back. I haven't done them yet. Go on. Go brush your teeth.
That's your fault.
My eyes come off. Yeah, do it
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
All right. So Creature 3 is not terrible, as everyone tells me, apart from Ross.
Okay, I've never seen it, so I don't know. Yeah.
Just not as good as the first. Yeah, because the first. Which one's got the slime and the like? Is that the
Number
second
2.
one? Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, that's one that my wife won't even watch anymore. It scarred her so much she refuses to watch it again. Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. Would put you off going in the water.
Mm. Yeah, I've got that one on Arrow actually. Where is it?
Show off.
Yeah, good release. Yeah, the one from Arrow. Yeah, the original artwork. So yeah,
that's it. Nice.
Yeah.
Because I've only it's gone. Oh no, there it is. Got the first one on VHS.
I've got the first one on DVD as well. Yeah.
Oh, see. Still a 15.
Yeah, this came into the charity shop where my wife works, and it was still sealed, not even watched. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd like grab that. Thank you.
Oh, so the Raft is a classic short. Yeah, it would never work as an extended episode, was it?
No.
It's just short enough to be good.
Yeah, but there's always room for anthology horror. I think that the stories are always going to be there. You know, you can pretty much go any direction, any idea, and it could work. You know, some might not be as strong as others, but you know, there's always going to be potential, and there's always going to be, you know, other versions of Hammer House of Horror. You know, depending on what version you want to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess they're bringing back Hammer's doing Dr. Jekyll now, aren't they, with Eddie Izzard, which should be interesting.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. Yes, interesting.
I haven't seen. I didn't see the trailer, but I tried to avoid them. But
yeah,
what's it look like?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. It looks intriguing. I just don't know which way they're going to go with it. And you know, with Izzard, you don't know which way he's going to go because he's always, you know, either, you know, is he in boy mode, is he in girl mode here at this point, and you don't know how far he's. Because I mean, he's not a bad actor, Izzard. He has done some good roles.
Like he's in Hannibal, isn't he? The TV show.
Yeah. So yeah, he has the potential to sort of do something different with this. You know, the whole Jekyll and Hyde thing has always been. They've always tried to evolve it over the years, so I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, even the Hoff did Jekyll and Hyde on stage, so you know.
Yeah, well, who can beat that?
Well, if you've seen the performance they did on stage, it's actually quite remarkable. If you watched him in that, I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
Right. Hang on. Open the door again.
Okay.
Right. Well, have you anything more to say about the Hammer House of Horrors?
In terms of like trivia, there's not much else. But in terms of watching it, I was very impressed, and I'm glad I've seen it now. And it was a nice sort of time capsule from the 80s, and just showed that, you know, despite the limitations and that time period, you can do some very good stories. And even though not all of them, the batting average was a bit inconsistent here and there, but when it was good, it was really good, and it was. And what a way to sort of get Peter Cushing on television. I mean, you know, that chance is never going to happen again, is it? Yeah.
No, that was great seeing him on TV.
Yeah. And just a real time capsule of its time. So yeah, I'm glad I've seen it.
Definitely worth watch.
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde's thing. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Is that? This rings a bell.
Yeah.
Right. So, what are we doing next week time then? You got a thought? I haven't.
Okay, is this going to be like the last one of the 80s, like for December? Is that going to be, or actually no,
two more? November yet?
Two more. I mean, have a look at the shelf. I mean,
we're going off.
I mean, I've got Miami Vice, I've got MacGyver, I've got Dempsey and Makepeace.
Sold. Dempsey and Makepeace.
Okay, we'll do that one. Yeah.
I got the cars in the loft. The Ford Escort that she had.
You've got the network release. So yeah, this is the complete series. Yep.
Oh, you show off. Hang on, hold that right now.
Okay.
There he is, Michael Brandon and I've got her name now.
Glennis Barber. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Are they still together? I can't remember now.
They are still happily married. Yeah. So that's nice to see. They're still together. Yeah.
But yeah, I think didn't they have the first season they hated it. Well, we'll get into that next time. Right. Yeah. So yeah. I do love that show. I remember that.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. There was only 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's only 3 seasons. Yeah. It's how many episodes? I don't think it's that many.
It's British, so it can't be too many.
Yeah, I'll just double check the episode count. And yeah, according to this set, I don't think it's the remastered version. I think these are just as standard as they are, but I don't think there was a remastered edition available. And people are saying these are like uncut, but I couldn't notice anything if they were or not. I don't know if Nos might know that.
Well, yeah, I guess. What could the unless it's for time? I don't imagine anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it looked intact. It looked fine. I mean, but I could be wrong. 30 episodes. 30 episodes. That's it.
Okay, I can do that in a month.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And so there we go. Oh,
get them on the shelf straight away. Yeah.
All right. Okay. You punk. What are you doing? Right then. Let's turn it. I got snuggles are needed. Right. Unless you want some.
I'm good.
Okay. Until next time, redemption make peace. Thanks for Ben for joining me. Thanks for everyone in the chat, Knots, and everyone. Mr. Dan Horror, Luke. And we'll see you next time.